Most people believe success begins with talent. Some believe it's luck. Others think it's money, education, or simply being born into the right family. Napoleon Hill disagreed. After spending more than 20 years studying hundreds of the world's most successful people, including Andrew Carnegie, Thomas Edison, and Henry Ford, Hill reached a very different conclusion. Success is not an accident. It follows principles, and those principles can be learned. That simple idea turned Think and Grow Rich into one of the most influential personal development books ever written. Although the title focuses on becoming rich, the book is really about something much bigger. It's about learning how to turn a clear goal into reality. Whether your dream is financial freedom, building a business, writing a book, or creating a meaningful career, the same principles apply. Everything begins with one thing: a burning desire. Hill doesn't mean wishing for a better life. He means deciding exactly what you want, why you want it, and refusing to give up until you achieve it. Most people say they would like to become successful. Very few decide that they must. That difference changes everything. A weak desire disappears when life becomes difficult. A definite purpose survives disappointment. According to Hill, every great achievement starts with absolute clarity. Know exactly what you want. Write it down. Give yourself a deadline. Read it every day. Train your mind to see your goal as something real rather than something distant. This isn't magic. It's about directing your attention. When your mind knows what matters most, your decisions begin to align with that purpose. The next principle is faith. Faith isn't blind optimism. It's confidence built through repetition. Hill encourages readers to repeat their goals every day until belief replaces doubt. The thoughts you feed your mind eventually become the actions you take. People who constantly tell themselves they cannot succeed usually find evidence to prove themselves right. People who repeatedly strengthen their belief begin noticing opportunities they previously ignored. Your mind works like a filter. It focuses on what you repeatedly tell it is important. This is why successful people carefully protect their thinking. They don't ignore problems, but they refuse to let fear become their identity. Hill believed that every setback carries the seed of an equivalent benefit. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's often part of the process. Almost every remarkable achievement is built on mistakes, adjustments, and persistence. The question isn't whether you'll face obstacles. The question is whether you'll keep moving when they appear. Hill believed that desire and faith create the foundation of success, but they are not enough on their own. Dreams remain dreams unless they are supported by knowledge and action. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that general knowledge automatically leads to success. Hill argues that this simply isn't true. The world is full of highly educated people who never achieve extraordinary results. What matters is specialized knowledge. Successful people become exceptionally good at solving specific problems. They understand something that few others do. Instead of trying to know everything, they build expertise that creates real value. In today's world, this principle is even more relevant. Whether it's artificial intelligence, software development, investing, marketing, healthcare, or design, the greatest opportunities belong to people who master valuable skills and continue improving them. Knowledge becomes powerful only when it is organized and applied. Learning without action changes very little. The next principle is imagination. Every product, every company, and every invention first existed as an idea in someone's mind. Hill describes two kinds of imagination. The first is synthetic imagination. This means combining existing ideas in new ways. Most successful businesses are built this way. The second is creative imagination. This is the ability to discover entirely new possibilities through deep thinking, observation, and curiosity. Both forms are valuable. The important lesson is simple. Never stop developing your ability to think. The future belongs to people who can create solutions, not simply follow instructions. Ideas alone, however, are never enough. Hill repeatedly emphasizes the importance of organized planning. Many people fail not because their goals are impossible, but because they never create a practical plan. A dream without action remains only a wish. A successful plan doesn't have to be perfect. It simply needs to begin. As you move forward, you learn, improve, and adapt. Waiting for the perfect moment often becomes another excuse for doing nothing. One of the most powerful ideas in the book is persistence. Every meaningful goal eventually becomes difficult. There will be rejection, unexpected setbacks, financial pressure, self-doubt. These moments cause most people to quit. Hill observed that successful individuals respond differently. They expect obstacles. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Persistence isn't stubbornness. It's disciplined consistency. It's continuing to move forward even when progress feels slow. History repeatedly shows that breakthrough moments often arrive just after people feel like giving up. Another principle Hill introduces is the mastermind. No one succeeds completely alone. Surrounding yourself with intelligent, positive, and ambitious people expands your own thinking. Great partnerships create opportunities that individuals often cannot achieve by themselves. This doesn't mean agreeing with everyone. It means building relationships based on trust, honesty, and shared purpose. The quality of your environment influences the quality of your future. Choose carefully who you spend your time with. Your habits, standards, and expectations are shaped by the people closest to you. If you want to grow, build a circle that encourages growth. Hill's final principles focus on one of the most powerful forces we possess: the mind itself. Our thoughts influence our emotions. Our emotions influence our actions. And our actions shape our lives. Hill believed that the subconscious mind quietly absorbs the ideas we repeat every day. Whether those ideas are positive or negative, they eventually become part of the way we see ourselves. That's why successful people pay close attention to their inner conversations. Instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," they ask, "What do I need to learn?" Instead of saying, "This will never work," they ask, "How can I make it work?" Small changes in thinking often lead to enormous differences over time. Hill also discusses the importance of decision. Successful people make decisions carefully, but once committed, they move forward with confidence. Unsuccessful people often hesitate. They wait for certainty. They constantly seek more information. But perfect certainty never comes. Opportunities usually belong to those willing to act before every answer is known. Closely connected to decision is personal responsibility. It's easy to blame the economy, your boss, your background, your education, or bad luck. He'll believe that responsibility creates power. The moment you accept responsibility for your future, you also gain the ability to change it. You may not control every circumstance, but you always control your response. That response determines your direction. Throughout the book, Hill returns to one central idea again and again. Success begins in the mind before it appears in reality. Every company, every invention, every great career, every extraordinary achievement, they all started as an idea supported by belief, persistence, and consistent action. The principles themselves are surprisingly simple. Know exactly what you want. Develop valuable knowledge. Create a practical plan. Take action. Persist through failure. Learn continuously. Surround yourself with the right people. And never stop improving your thinking. These lessons have inspired millions of readers for nearly a century because they focus on something timeless. Not quick success, not shortcuts, but personal growth. Think and Grow Rich isn't really a book about money. It's a book about becoming the kind of person capable of creating success. The wealth is simply the result. Whether your goal is building a business, improving your career, creating financial freedom, or living a more meaningful life, the message remains the same. Your future is built by what you repeatedly think, believe, and do. The question is no longer whether these principles work. The question is whether you're willing to apply them. If you enjoyed this summary, subscribe to One Book in 10 Minutes. We turn the world's most valuable books into clear, practical lessons you can use in real life. One book, 10 minutes. Better you.